At least 14 views recorded.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the podcast. Whatever episode this is, I think maybe 20,
19?
19, 20. I think it's 20, bro.
21.
20. All right, so today we'll be discussing our atomic habits. Nah, I'm kidding.
20. Yeah,
Yeah,
20,
just
20,
kidding.
20.
Yo, are you drinking a White Claw, Kags? No, it's not a White Claw.
Is that
That
Celsius?
It's a seltzer. What is it?
This guy's a blur on and he didn't even show it.
fuck, bro. You guys are making me free promo this product.
Peach vibe. Oh, damn.
Is Celsius even good?
Just an energy drink, bro.
Yeah.
When I drank it, it was horrible, bro.
But yo, what are you guys up to? How's your morning, Manraj? Is it too early for you for this podcast?
Way too early, bro.
Yo,
What
give us
time is it?
context. When do we usually record, and what time is it now?
We usually record at 4 p.m. 5,
Friday.
4, 5 p.m. Fridays. And today is 11:30 a.m. on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
It's too early for Manraj.
Yo, it's not early. It's just whenever I wake up, the first 3 hours, I don't want to talk to nobody, bro.
Damn. I appreciate
Except,
Huh?
yeah.
appreciate you making the effort to hop on here. This guy's very
Yeah.
important guy.
Bro, listen, bro. I got an email, right? And the podcast was booked, and I clicked on it. I was like, yo, let me see who the participants were. And then I saw it was Ronan. I was like, oh my God, bro, this guy's a celebrity. So why would I ruin this opportunity to,
Yeah.
not jump on this podcast?
Yeah. You gotta seize your opportunities, man.
Yeah, you
Smart.
gotta seize it.
Even though if it's inconvenient sometimes, you have to go through the inconvenient stuff, right?
Exactly, bro.
That's how you make progress, man.
You know it, bro. You know
Okay,
it.
Kags, too early for you or no? It's chill.
Gotcha. I got up at like 8 o'clock today. Maybe a little
Sick.
bit.
What?
What do you do on a Sunday morning? Like, why do you wake up early on
You're
a Sunday morning?
wild.
It depends on what I do this Saturday. So yesterday doing shit. So like I'm gonna get to bed at like got to bed at like 10.
Nice.
What? That's
Bro,
crazy, bro.
I love sleeping, bro. That's
Yeah.
the one thing I love in the world.
Bro, I
I
love
can,
sleeping more than anybody, bro. But I will not sleep that early. That's crazy.
I
What do
don't
you
have
do
any.
when you're up? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Yo, it's like autistic level crazy, bro. It's actually pretty bad. I'll just sit here. Literally, I'll sit here, right? I'll sit here. I'll just have like a video playing about like certain topic. I'll just listen with the AirPod, right? I'll look at this whiteboard and I'll look at that whiteboard and then I'll look at like some notes. I'll start writing shit down. I'll start working, this and that. And I'm just like thinking, thinking, thinking. Yeah. And
That
then,
sounds
huh? I'll
that
just do
sounds
that
so
for like,
exciting. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll do that for like 2 hours. I'll just like work on random shit. Do this, do that, do this, do that. Just
Yeah.
catch up on everything.
Yo, that's actually kind of fun. I like it. It's like ideation. You just like randomly just think and like you're kind of bored, but you're not bored because it's
Yeah.
exciting.
You
That's how
don't think,
ideas come to your mind. Yeah.
bro, exactly. That's where you, yeah, like your workouts, when you're working out, that's not when you're like, oh, I'm going to think about changing my program. You
Yeah.
think about changes to your program or your nutrition when you're just
Yeah.
driving and you start thinking,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or you're sitting there, right? So bro, it's not the action, it's not like the practice that gives you progress. It's the
Okay.
feedback,
For sure.
right? That gives you progress. Bro, I could be painting the same way. If no one gives me feedback for a decade, I'm not gonna get better, you know?
Yeah.
I don't be self-critical and give myself that. Or bro, literally like I'll just be writing notes of something and I'll just put my training videos on. I don't know if that's kind of weird, but I'll literally just go through my Instagram slides. I'll look at my training.
Yeah. Of course.
Yo, Kegs, that mic sounds mental, right?
That
What
is
Mike?
fucking peak autism right there. You just watch
What?
videos. That's nuts.
What? What did he say?
Just go back and watch your training videos.
Yeah, like I'll watch it, I'll be like, oh, the form was fucking shit on this. I need to get better.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's good, yo. That's exactly what I like. I do on a Sunday. I have 2 hours booked out, and I just be like these 2 hours like a weekly review per se, and I literally just write down like, yo, what did I do well? What did I not do? How can I improve? And then what's like all the things that have to be done, and then like what's actually needs to be done, and then just reprioritize them, and then to set the schedule. So I think that helps like reset on a Sunday, um,
Yeah.
and just like set like yeah, it's pretty jokes. So it's like four categories, right? It's like the like health wise something. So like this
Oh,
week, just because I'm going to LA, I'm like I make sure the goal is to like hit all workouts. even though I probably will. And then like whatever your wealth goal is, right? And
Health, wealth, relationships, spirituality.
yeah,
Yeah.
spiritual yeah, spirituality. For relationship side, I'm like you interact with females, yeah.
Bro,
That's the
it's like
action item, yeah. So
action
like
for females, like message 100 females a day on
yo,
DMs.
so the literally it's the funniest action item, you know. I'm like, yo, talked to 5 last week. Like just like it doesn't have to be like actual conversation, which is
Oh, I thought he was
interaction.
about to say actual girls.
No, 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 not actual. That's too
That's why
much.
that's why he's
Bro,
going out.
I'd start sweating, bro. But like
Yeah.
the next week has to be like a little bit more, you know? Or like just shit like that, you know? So it's kind of fun. So
Yo,
you just gamify everything, bro. You know?
Ronit's standards are too high, bro. How could, bro, you're famous, man. You can get a girl in a week.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
Uh,
That's not the point. The point is to like have action items and do the action. But anyways, so yeah, that's what I do my Sundays, the weekly review. That's why I wake up a little bit earlier.
yo, it helps a
Oh,
lot. It makes a big difference, yo. That's
massive.
why I think I don't even. I would say like my form is pretty good. Like I think a lot of why my form's pretty
Yeah,
good is because it's
really
like
good.
look back at it.
Yeah,
I look back and I'm like, oh, this is a
yeah.
pretty shit set. This is pretty good.
This is actually like something so I think this helps having the weekly review thing because a lot of people, you know how we need time off, right? People are like, oh, I can't wait to like go on vacation or I can't wait to take time off, things like that. So having like that reset point actually makes you realize that we don't need as much time off as we think. Because if you just like take a step back and get clear on what you want to do, you'll save a lot of energy mentally. So you're not constantly like, yo, I'm fucking like tired, burning out. I don't know how you guys feel in terms of like, have to take time off every week or like every 3 weeks, every 6 weeks, every 6 months? Do you guys have to have that? Or do you guys like take some sort of time off daily? Or what do you say to people who want to take time off? Any
Of
thoughts?
what training?
No, in general, like, you know, like their day to day, because like most people I'm guessing that are watching may just have like a normal job, 9 to 5, I'm guessing, right? Um, and they work and then they go to the gym, hopefully, if they're watching this, and then eat. But then on like a Friday, they're like, "Oh fuck, man, I need time off from this regular week."
I think a
You
lot
know,
of people. I think a lot of people's lives are just time off. The average person's not really doing much.
why are they feeling so tired? Like, why are they feeling like, "Fuck, I need time off from this time off"?
I think it's in their brain.
Yeah,
I think no, I'm saying like I don't think they've pushed themselves to a certain capacity to see what they're actually capable of, right? So it's like you only know what your true ceiling is if you like made that far.
yeah, that's true.
So it's like a lot of people are like, oh, like working 40 hours a week is like so much. I could never work more. But it's like they've never done more. So it's like, how would you know?
Yeah,
Right? So like even on like yesterday I was doing dumbbell shoulder press and I was like, yo, I feel good today and let me just jump like extra 5 pounds. I only got like 3 reps, but like I'm just trying to push that ceiling higher and higher and higher. So it's
got
like
you.
a lot of people don't I don't even think a lot of people um push themselves. I think people just get in that routine and they get in like that vicious cycle. Like when you're in accounting, bro, like you're in your
Yeah,
routine, right?
yeah,
You weren't really
100%.
thinking you weren't really thinking about doing more. You're just
Yeah,
kind of like, ah, this is what it is, yo. I'm gonna go work out. I'm just gonna chill.
yeah,
I think that's a lot of people are like that.
Like that's the standard that gets set before you, like when you go into that role. It's like that's what everyone else is doing there. Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this is what everyone else is doing. This is probably what I should be doing too, right? Because you just want to like, I don't want to say fit in, but it's like, oh, this is the standard, then it makes sense. Whereas like when you kind of expose yourself to a different standard or a higher standard, that's when it's like, oh shit, like I wasn't doing nearly as much as what I could have, and that's when it kind of flicks for certain people, right? It depends. So I think
Mm.
yeah.
people expose that standard as well.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of like 100% agree. Like especially when I was in accounting, the first like I was a year and a bit. And even when I was in my co-ops and stuff for 16 months, it was the same thing. It was just like routine. This is what I do. Even though like half the work time I would like work from like 8 a.m. to like 11, 12. And then I would like, yeah,
Do nothing.
I would do like mock drafts for NBA, like fantasy drafts. And I would do mock drafts for like 4 hours straight every single day, 5, 6 days a week. Imagine 4 hours times five.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I was just like, oh, I go to the gym now. And then at like 9 p.m., I'm like, oh fuck, man, I'm so tired. But like it's like I've pretty much done maybe like 3 hours of productive work that day, but I'm like fried. And even that productive work is like you just have a task list that work gives you, and you just do them the same thing. So it's not even things that actually move you forward. It's literally the same thing you're doing constantly, right? And that's in most workplaces. I think the biggest thing that switched for me was like listening to like podcasts and stuff like that, and just seeing what people are doing out there. Because your environment is gonna make you feel like, okay, oh, this is normal, right? And I think most people are in that environment where everyone is doing the same thing, so they just see that as being the norm. So they're just gonna do the normal shit. But listening to the podcast kind of opened some stuff. It's like, yo, if you're feeling some sort of tiredness or constant like I gotta take time off, so you reflect on what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, right? Do you even like doing it? How can you change it? What time gaps do you have in a day that can help you maybe move forward a little bit? Yeah, because I think there's a lot of people don't read into anything, right? They're like, oh, I feel this way, but it is what it is. Instead of literally just taking like a couple hours at night or some shit and be like, yo, like, how can I improve what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis so I don't have to constantly think about like time off, right?
But
Yeah,
I think it's like what I was talking about the training videos. Like
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
don't progress unless you watch your videos, right?
yeah,
You don't progress unless you actually have feedback, right?
yeah,
I think people don't actually have that feedback or self-analyzation. I think people are so distracted, it's fucked. Because it's like
yeah,
you go to work, you're like, fuck, like how do I burn this time? You're doing your work, you're like, how do I burn this time? You're distracting yourself on your phone. Then you go home, then you're training, you're distracting yourself, and then you come home at night and you're watching Netflix, you're constantly distracting yourself. So you didn't
yeah,
even have time to think, right? And then you're
yeah,
so burnt out, then you go to sleep and you repeat it. So people are doing the thing,
yeah,
but they're not making progress because they're not taking a step back and not having any feedback, or they're not even looking or self-analyzing.
yeah,
It's like when people I've talked to people in the gym, bro. They're doing like chest press and like dumbbell flies, this and that, and they're like, bro, my chest is not growing. I'm like, how long have you been training for? They're like 7, 8 years. It's like, bro,
wow,
you haven't changed anything in 7, 8 years. You haven't taken a step back and thought like, why is my chest not growing? Let me quickly do a Google search. Maybe it's my nutrition. Maybe it's my this. So it's
yeah,
because they never take a step back. They never actually think
yeah,
or critique or analyze their actions, right? They're just constantly doing, 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 getting distracted, doing, 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 getting distracted.
yeah. What's that cheesy quote? The reward or the beauty is in the work people are avoiding doing, right? Like there's certain things people know they should be
The
doing.
the magic is in the work you're avoiding.
Yeah, something like that, right? So like
Alex
it's
Ramosi, yeah.
yeah, Alex Ramosi, bro. It's got every quote is by Alex Ramosi. It's crazy. But yeah, it is true. People kind of back of their mind, they know, okay, yo, maybe I should like really review like what I'm doing, what's my direction, like where am I going, like what do I actually want out of things that I'm getting done right now? How can I, like you just said, improve my training? But they don't want to take that because it's uncomfortable sitting there and be like, yo, I'm a pretty actually like a shitty trainer. Like I just fucking I'd half rep everything, I ego lift. I don't eat correctly. I don't eat consistently. I don't like move consistently. And then they get overwhelmed by all the effort they have to put in now. Um, Before they even sit down and like reflect on it. But the funny part is once you sit down and reflect on it, you actually feel so much more clear because you know exactly how to improve afterwards. And then you actually end up getting much more out of your training than you would normally by doing the same shit. So it's yeah. It's not as uncomfortable as people think it is, like that work they're awarding.
Yeah, and a lot of the times people lie to themselves too, right?
For sure.
Like, well, I've gone on hundreds of calls and I'm not trying to be mean, but I've gone on hundreds of calls where people or met people in person, they're like 60, 70 pounds overweight,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, yo, like, why haven't you achieved your goal? Why haven't you lost any weight? And they're like, I don't know what to do. It's like, that's a lie, bro. Everyone knows you should eat healthier and move
Yeah.
around more, right? But they're just not doing it. So they're not taking the action. So same thing with them. They're not reflecting on why they're not seeing progress.
Yeah.
They're just doing the same shit over and over and over, right? So like for example, there's so many auntie that I met at Good Life. They're like, oh, in the summer, I lose a bunch of weight, but in the winter I gain it all back. Like I don't know. I'm like, does your eating habits change? They're like, no. Like, do you go for more walks in the summer because it's nice out? They're like, yeah. Like there you go. And they're like, and they're just blown away because they've never actually like sat and thought about it for like 2 minutes,
Yeah.
right? So yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. It's just such an obvious like bottleneck, but people make such an overwhelm. They get so overwhelmed in their mind, just like, fuck, man, I don't know why I gained all this weight back. You literally just reflect on like that'd probably take them like 10 minutes if they actually reflected on it. It's like what changed from winter to summer? Like, what changed from this time to this time? When I felt good, when I didn't feel good. Like what literally changed? And then you just reverse engineer how can you add it back in? So get a treadmill in your house. Or like walk around the kitchen or like get like a Apple Watch or Fitbit or whatever it is and just like have like a step challenge with like your little kids or an husband, yo. I don't know, some like random stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
You can get into like a more productive solution mindset instead of constantly being like anxious about it, right? Because most people are like, oh, I don't know, man, like, so hard, so much effort. It's like, yeah,
What do you say to that when someone's like so much effort? What do you say?
yo. So like now I've changed my perspective.
I want to hear the fluffy response.
Yo, I won't lie. So initially I used to be a little more babysitting-ish. So I'm like, yeah, totally understand, bro. Like I know it's gonna be more effort initially. So like you have to kind of integrate it into your lifestyle, right? So say for
Yeah.
example, like initially like just put a bike in your room instead of like going to the gym just to get some movement in, or like having like your clothes ready, like little things like that, like baby step version per se. But now I kind of just tell them it's like, yo, give me a list of all the things you do in a day, right? And then I'm like, yo, bro, you clearly have like 6 hours where you literally are not doing anything. Like there's literally like no productive action being taken in these hours, right? So
Mm.
just put in more effort in that area. And I kind of twisted back on them. It's like, yo, like you're technically all are putting in effort in not doing any of these things. Like it's actually hard, just, in my opinion at least, like just fucking just sitting there doing nothing. Like that gets like that's like focus, bro. Like watching a television show for like 3 hours, that's like focus, right? So I'm like, yo, you technically know how to put in effort, but now you just gotta add importance to this aspect of life and throw in effort in here, right? So yeah, even actually, this is a quick tangent, but I remember, so if someone has a long weight loss journey per se, right? There's a couple approaches I used to take initially, and I still do with some people because that it is what it is. It's like you initially get them into like, okay, you just got to go to the gym, 3 times a week, 30 minutes, 40-minute sessions. Not much cardio, just like get your walk in and like eat more fruits and vegetables, that kind of stuff. And that gets the weight loss good, right? That's good. But if I get a client who like already likes the gym per se, right? And has a lot of weight to lose, but diet shit, everything is shit, I actually get aggressive with them. So I'll give them a lot of cardio up front and like a good amount of like training stimulus as well. So fry them out initially, and the fatter they are, you can get more aggressive because they have technically more energy storage in their fat storage. So do like a really hard, aggressive cut initially, the 4, 5, 6 weeks, and then start to taper down the cardio and add more calories back in instead of babying in the start. And I've noticed that actually works nicely because it kickstarts the motivation too, which logically makes sense now. Because when somebody signs up, like they're most motivated per se. So you got to take advantage of that. I'm sure like Good Life and shit that do the same thing, or like I don't know if you guys do the same thing, but I used to take a more baby step approach before. Now it's a bit more aggressive at the start. Again, depending on the client. The majority of the clients I do attract, they're willing to do that, and then you just see the results a bit more consistent long term instead of babying.
Yeah. But what's funny, I've done that for some people. Um, it's funny, you'll talk to people on the phone. They're like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. And
Yeah,
then, they get the meal plan, they get the cardio plan, they get
yeah,
this and that. All the excuses start flying out. Oh, it's too hard. I couldn't finish the workout. Is this and that. And I'm
yeah,
like, oh fuck. And then
yeah,
I gotta taper everything down. And then like
yeah,
a week later, it's like, bro, like I'm just feeling down on myself. I didn't lose the weight. And I'm like, fuck. It's like a double-edged sword. It's like, bro, the work needed to get X result, you can't do
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Since
Yeah,
you're not doing X result, you're not getting the result that you don't want. So
yeah,
it's like, I'll tell them, bro, you gotta live with either one.
yeah,
So it's hard, bro. It's hard. Even, bro, like I've noticed like personal transformations, that stuff is horrible, bro.
yeah,
Bro, there's so many people that like I talk to, they're like, yeah, like, you know that picture you have bookmarked? Yeah, I wanna look like that forever. I'm like, what picture? And they're like, this picture. Then they're so excited. I'm like, I'm like, yo, just DM it. They'll DM it, and then I'll be like, yeah, bro, you'll never look like that, right? And they'll be like, why? I'm like, bro, I look like that for like maybe 4 or 5 days, and
yeah,
like that, you're not gonna have time to do that, nor will you be willing to do that, right?
yeah.
So it's like It's unrealistic, bro. It's very unrealistic. Like Instagram is pretty fucked.
It's pretty fried. Do you?
Mm.
Yeah, go ahead. You gonna say something, Kex?
Oh,
Do you guys get this? Where like, hey, bro, like I just want to get to this specific physique, and I just want to maintain it. Like, it just that's all I want. Like, I just want to maintain it when I get here. Do you get that a lot? I
Yeah.
I got that recently. I was getting like for some reason, yo, this one guy sent me a picture of Vin Diesel, right? And he's like, I was like, bro, I'm smaller than Vin Diesel, right? I haven't even got to his size. So you want me to get you to his size in 6 months, and then I want you to figure out a way to maintain it. So I just sent him like I'm just kidding. I was gonna send him like Tren and Clen. I was like, yo, just fucking take some
take
Tren,
this.
take this, right? But I was like, yo, like people have this skewed version of like how to get from point A to B when they've been point A for like 30 years. Like, yo,
Yeah.
but you've been the same for 30 years. Now you expect 30 to 31, you're gonna look like fucking Shah Rukh Khan and just maintain that look forever? Like,
Yeah.
like, yo, like if you just apply a little bit of logic,
I know.
it's
Yeah.
so
But
funny, but
but
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. People don't like self-reflect, right?
yeah,
I'll get the bro. I'll get that too. But like people will be in consults or even at Good Life a lot. Like the person will be like, I want to look like this person, right? And I see the person in real life. It's like maybe their fourth time coming to the gym. I'm like, I don't know who that is. Pull it up, and they'll go
yeah,
on their phone. They'll search the person. They'll turn it around. It'll be some fucking shredded ass like bodybuilder. I'm like, bro, you're not gonna look like that, bro. I'll literally tell them, like, bro, look at all these trainers. Like some of us have
yeah,
come for 10 years. We're not even
yeah,
like 1/5 of that.
yeah.
So like there's no way you're gonna achieve that, right? So yeah,
Just yeah,
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like I had an uncle who was like 46 years old and
yeah,
like three kids. And he's like, oh, like, you know that video that you have with your abs? Like, I want to look like that. I'm like, what video? Bro, he sends me a picture where I'm like 1 day out, right? 1 day out shredded. And I'm
yeah,
like, oh, you're an uncle with like three kids. I'm like, well, I was training like 4 or 5 hours a day to do this. There's
yeah.
That's
no way you're gonna be able to get this. And you just, bro, you hear it in their voice. They're like, if you lie to them, they're 100% signing up. And as soon as you just bring them back to reality, they're like, oh, okay. And just fucking dive instantly.
Wild.
It's
It's
hard.
it's a weird scenario, or like say like for example like you're a coach and like you're doing a consultation, like obviously you want to sell the individual so you can make money, but and also help them clearly, but it's like selling them on like you have to sell them on the process per se, right? That's where like it becomes I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm really upfront with it. Initially, I'll notice like I lost a good amount of sales because of that. You can't be like, yeah, by the way, bro, you'll have to put in this much effort. The guy gets intimidated, right? Because you have to sell them on like Alex Ramosi, like you have to sell them on like the dream outcome or the vacation, right? That's where they're buying. So like, do you guys have certain things you tell them instead? Like you will maybe work to this point and then this point, which gets them excited so they understand the long-term game, or do you guys just
I give them like a 90% prediction.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I say if you're 90% on point, you will achieve X.
Okay. That makes
So
sense.
if you lose, so if they want to lose, like yesterday, I had one guy get started.
Yeah.
He's like 300 pounds,
Jeez, man.
right?
Okay.
So he wants to lose, I think it was 90 pounds, or I think it was 90 pounds. So I'm like, yo, if you lose 1% of your body weight every single week, which is healthy,
Yeah.
right? Let's say you'll lose 12 pounds a month. But let's say you're 90% of that, you'll lose 9 pounds a month. So I'm like, yo, you're
Okay.
looking at like 10 months, like by the end of this year, end of
Nice.
January next year.
That's
But
pretty good.
I'll be like, bro, but that is you being 90% like on
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah,
I do
it's
a
just
similar
hard,
I
yo.
do a similar thing too, where it's like if you do the result, like if someone's coming in for fat loss, it's like typically half a pound to a pound per week. Usually a
Yeah.
pound. Where it's like if it's muscle gain, it's like half a pound to a pound of gaining. So it's like if you're like 80%, I usually go 80%. It's like if you're 80% on top with everything, like this way you can kind of expect over X amount of time. And then like I usually set like a short-term goal and a long-term goal. So it's like that person has that long-term vision to kind of look forward to, but it's like this is what you need to get done over the next like 6 to 12 weeks. It's like this is what you should be kind of be aiming for in the short term. And then once you
Nice.
knock that down and say, okay, now we can kind of set up another one for the long-term one, right?
Like, do you guys ever go over like specifics that like these are the things you'll be having to do for that outcome, or do you guys just focus on the outcome?
Specifically, what do you mean? Like you're gonna have to work out
Like
X amount of time?
yeah, you'll have to like work out at least 3 to 4 times a week. You have to like somewhat track your calories, track your
For
steps, do your
for that I
cardio.
have for that I have they tell me.
Okay,
So
nice.
like I have like a when someone gets started, it's a
Yeah,
questionnaire. It's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
either three, four, five, or six.
Yeah,
They will
no,
literally pick it.
no, I mean
Yeah.
like on yeah, that's I mean on the consult itself. There'll be still action items, right? Like for them to achieve their goal. Like you'll
Yeah.
tell them like these are the things they have to do,
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I'll tell them
right?
like, bro, you have to track your calories.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you're guessing. What are the
yeah.
chance you're gonna guess right for
Okay,
10 months straight and
that
lose
makes sense.
90 pounds? I'm like,
Yeah.
you know,
And
uh,
do you get people to be like, yo, tracking calories is so tedious, so much effort, bro?
never, never. I've never
Never.
had that. Never,
People never say that?
never,
Really?
never.
Interesting. Because I use the same analogy. I just say like if you're it's like whatever, if it's measured, it's managed. Think about it like if you don't track your finances, you won't know how much you're spending, you'll go bankrupt. If you don't know how much you're tracking for yourself,
Literally
yeah.
the same exact example I use.
Yeah, it works. I always like pull my accounting background for this. I'm
Yeah,
like, yo, I'm a numbers guy since accounting days. Like if I didn't track my shit, like I would be nowhere. So like you have to track your shit or I won't know where you're going and I can't help you.
yeah.
So like yeah,
The example I always use is like imagine your expenses are different every single month,
yeah,
but you don't know how
you
much they
don't
are.
know.
How would
Yeah.
you know how much money to go and make?
Yeah.
It's like one
That's true.
month is 7,000, one month is 1,000. Like, bro, you'd be broke some months. You'd be in the negatives.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
100%.
imagine guessing like in trying to survive. It'll be so hard, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I've never had anyone say that, yeah. I think it's just implied though.
What
But
do you
I do
mean?
talk about like what I do though. So I don't know, maybe it's implied.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Because like there's a lot of people that even sell on this, right? And I think I was transitioning in this realm a little bit when I started like left accounting and I took this health course, like primal health course. And they were all about like intuitive eating per se. Like if you
I
just eat
hate that.
I know you just eat
So
whole
stupid, bro.
foods. You eat whole foods, you eat like basically no carbs. Like it's more like fruits, veggies, and just like protein sources and some fat sources. And like you just do like body weight workouts, things like that. So I was taking a hybrid approach where I was like, okay, you talk about gut health, the digestion, and I found like myself taking a different route than what I actually have done so far, and just getting too caught up with the knowledge I was just taking in and trying to apply that for like on people. And I did the same thing when I took the prescript thing, right? Where it's like a lot of like mobility, stability stuff, and then I was combining that with this health stuff. And I was like, yo, I overcomplicated everything for no reason, right? So I
Yeah.
simplified it, brought it like 5 action items, like yo, track body weight, track calories, track workouts, track steps, and yo, you'll get to your fucking thing, whatever you want to get to, because you just adjust it based on results, right? Everything became so much more simplified, right? So
Bro, 99% of people, all they need is a deficit or a surplus
yeah,
while training, and you just talk to them every single day.
that's it.
That's it.
Accountability. Yeah,
Literally, yeah, that's literally it. Accountability over everything. And I think I told you
100%.
this too. I was like, bro,
Yeah,
accountability. Literally, like you could have someone do a lat pull down. If even if they get strong as shit on that, doesn't matter if it's not optimal. Their lats will get
yeah,
big, right?
100%.
But yeah, yo, it's hard, yo.
Yo,
It's
do
hard
you
to
guys,
show that
yeah,
perspective. Like
do
it
you guys
takes
have
so long
systems? Do you
because
guys
they
have
don't want to hear
systems
that.
in place to like hold them accountable?
Yeah,
Like messaging people, like that kind of shit, messaging, check-ins,
yeah, like
that kind
weekly
of stuff,
check-ins,
weekly
weekly
Check
check-ins.
in,
check-ins. Yeah,
message you.
Do you
Yeah.
guys do anything midweek, daily?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Sick.
Typically.
Typically. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So this is where like people don't have any systems in place to hold themselves accountable, right? So obviously that's why we have a job per se. But like when they're say like they're doing their own work stuff, or like if you full circle back to what was it, the time off thing, and not people not liking their work per se, right? That was a topic. I think it was a topic. But basically, people don't take the time to like actually hold themselves accountable. It's like, yo, am I
No,
doing stuff to
reflect.
move me forward? Yeah, reflect slash
Yeah.
accountable. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then like even because yo, people go in these periods, right? Like New Year's or like something happens, like someone goes to like a breakup or like something drastic happens in someone's life. Like they
Oh
take
man.
this whole month of like reflection, right? They reflect a lot. And then they get clear on certain things per se. But then like 2 months later, they find a new girl or like they got a new job or whatever it is, and it goes back to the same circle. So like holding yourself accountable after you reflect by having like weekly check-ins with yourself. I think that's been a like game changer
Yeah,
from my end, like having
yeah,
weekly reviews and things like that. But
yeah. As
combination of that, yeah.
I was about to say that's unlimited motivation, bro. You want to get in
Yeah,
the best shape ever, make the most amount of money, break up with your girlfriend.
yeah.
Turn into Goku in like 3 months.
It's crazy, bro.
Yo, Kangs, I'm being serious. I'm genuinely being serious, yo.
No,
I'm being serious. Bro,
get
I've
it.
trained people at Good Life, and they'll come into the gym. I'm ready to get started. And they'll just fucking pay. And bro, the next 3 months, like, bro, they're so serious. It's not. I'm talking to them. I'm talking to them. Like, what happened? Yeah, bro, my girl left me, this and that. And they become a fucking villain, bro. They become a villain. They
Fuck.
get in the best shape of their life, this and that. Even for yeah, a
What?
lot of guys, a lot of guys. But yo, that self like that reflection thing. I think I told you guys in the one podcast. I don't even remember which one it is. But like, I have one day a month where I just play video games for like 12 hours, 13 hours. And I
What's that
just
reflection? That okay?
yeah, I
You
just
just
think.
think. Okay,
Yeah, I just sit here, I just play video games all day long. I just look at this, look at that, look at my notes, and I just think all day long.
that's fine.
Yeah,
Whatever works, sure. Is
yeah.
that gets you going, right? That gets you like energy for the next whatever months to like, or like that gets you clear per se, like clarity on what you're
I
doing.
sell myself the dream, so that's what like gets me energetic.
Okay, I'm sick.
So
Whatever works.
I think if XYZ is done today, 4 years from now I'll be living ABC.
Yeah,
So
that
I've
makes
been doing
sense.
that since like I've been doing that since 18,
Nice.
and it's already been proven. So I'm like, oh shit, all I have to do is just continue to sell myself the dream.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like at
Yeah.
20, when I was at Good Life, I was like, oh, like, I'll leave one day, I'll figure this out. So I was selling that dream, and now I'm doing that. So I'm like, oh, I just have to keep selling myself the dream and just keep
Yeah.
doing
The dream is enticing. Enticing.
it.
Fuck.
Enticing?
Enticing to you though, right? Like whatever you sold yourself. Like it's like you have
Um,
something that like it's you actually look forward to or
I
no?
don't think it's enticing. I don't think so.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think it's enticing for me, because like
Okay.
I already know like when I get there, I'm not gonna like appreciate it, you know? But
What
I
the
just do
fuck?
it because I just do it because I need some sort of progress. I need progression. Otherwise, I get bored.
So it's enticing because it's progress.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I didn't open my dictionary app today. I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about.
That
Does
was
it make
yeah.
sense for it not
Because
to
it's
be?
a
I thought you meant enticing because of like the outcome.
What do you mean?
well, yeah, like it still should be like something you like you want to like you're working towards for a reason, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't set that goal and be like, oh, like I
Like
don't really.
I'm
That's why I'm gonna do this work. You obviously care something like something is driving you to do it because you want it. It's not like, oh, I don't want it, so I'm gonna do this work. That's not how that works.
Yeah, but what I mean is I could if I worse I could be very content with where I am right now. Like I'm very happy in life right now,
for sure.
right?
Why
Right.
wouldn't you be?
But
Yeah,
what I'm saying is like even if I get to like XYZ where I want to be, I know like I'll be like I know I'll just like sit down, I'll be like, "Oh wow, like I'm actually here. All right, what's the next thing?" And start planning the next thing.
but that's how you should be.
I just
Like
enjoy the work of it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that's how you should be, right? Like that's what like make sure you never really stop. Like there's no maintenance. Like you can't just maintain it. Once you start maintaining, you're going downhill, right? So
Yeah.
it, but like what I meant was like it should still be. It's a dream for a reason, right? Like it's your dream. So dreams are usually
Yeah,
correlated with
yeah.
like something like that is like in your head cool. It doesn't have to be really exciting or enticing per se, but like something you find cool, right? And you've curated that a little bit. So you probably
100%.
notice like people who like I had a call the other day and like he probably doesn't watch this. But basically like he was like obviously on the call for a reason, but he's like, yo, you know what, man? I've made my mind up like I'm never gonna stop like drinking or smoking and like I'm always gonna live for the moment and I'm always
He's
gonna
never gonna stop drinking?
no, that's pretty much what he said. I was like, okay, like why whatever you're doing here.
How old
But
is this
like
guy?
I don't know, like 35, 36 or something. And he's had a kid
God
too, so
damn, bro.
fuck, hopefully he never watches this. But basically
Oh, that's
I'm
you
trying
didn't
to
say his name. That's fine.
yeah, yeah, I'm full circle in terms of that he was just like I know like I should be doing this, but he wasn't like there was no like excitement towards doing it. Like there was nothing like you know how we've curated this dream in our minds, right? There was nothing in his head to make like action items or health wise be important enough for that, right? So it's yeah, I think it works even for health plus like business wise, if you can curate it somehow, but make that curation a little bit exciting to yourself, it can go a long way.
But yo,
That's
was he? I don't even know if you could say this. Was he forced to get in shape?
no.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
it wasn't
a
a
lot,
need, right? Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Because I feel like a lot of those times, like at Good Life, like I met those people.
yeah,
They didn't want to stop drinking. They didn't want to stop smoking, or
yeah,
they didn't want to start working out, but they had to
yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah,
had a fatty liver, or they had this or that. They had fucking
yeah.
health issues, right?
Yeah.
Um,
There's two ways. One way we just talked about, you can curate it. The other one is like your back is against the wall, you're hospitalized, whatever it is, then you
yeah,
have to make a change, right? So like
yeah.
curation avoids that back against the wall. Like why would you put your family in that place when you can, because people know like when they're doing stuff and they're heading in a certain direction. Like but then like you just escape through drinking,
But
right?
I
Yeah,
think like thinking in the moment, I think that thought process is very, I think it's pretty dangerous, yeah. I don't know. Because you're always like always getting instant gratification. Because you don't give a fuck about tomorrow or the next
for
week,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
100%.
You could be doing crack every single day. You're like, I'll eventually quit. I'll quit eventually,
That's
right?
Yeah,
And then you're on the street walking like this when you're like 50 years old. No, bro.
yeah.
I think that thought process is wild, bro. That's
just
wild.
that.
Facts.
I think that's how people getting out of shape. That's how they get fucking addicted to drugs. That's how they
Yeah,
fucking struggle financially, right?
yeah,
Like it's all because like, oh, I'll figure it out later. I'll figure it out later, rather than just like figuring it out right now.
yeah.
Or even health, bro. Like, bro, I'm still fucking talking to people that are out of shape since COVID. That's
Crazy,
fucked, bro.
crazy.
And I'm literally talking to them. I'm like, yo, like this other, I had another call. I'm like, how long have you been thinking about this? And he's like, oh, I've been thinking about it for like 2.5 years. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, your goals, we projected you to lose it in 4 months. Why haven't you already achieved your goal?
Yeah,
And he's like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. And I was telling him, I'm like, but you do know what to do. You
yeah.
just move around. And he was eating out. I still have it on my whiteboard. This guy was eating out 3 to 4 times a week. So I'm like, bro, you know you shouldn't be doing all this stuff. He's like, I don't know. I'm
Crazy,
like, bro, that's wild.
crazy.
So still, I think those COVID people are still going to be around till like 2026, 2027, because people just put things off like crazy.
Avoid. Yeah.
Yeah, people go like, "Oh, I'm trying to lose weight." I'm like, "How long you been trying to do this?" Or it's like the same conversations. I'll check up on people. I'm like, "Yo, like, how you doing? Have you lost any of the weight?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Bro, we've been having this conversation for the past like year and a half. It's like, what are you doing?" And it's like, "Oh, yeah, I tried this, I tried that. I'm trying
Yeah.
something else." I'm like,
You know what's so funny? I've had hundreds of these conversations, maybe even thousands, bro. So like I don't drink, right? I'm like the only one in my family. So like when I would go out, people would be like, oh, like they're all drunk, like have a drink. And I'll be like, nah, bro, like I don't drink. No, no, I have it. And I'm like, no, I don't drink. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. And then they give me this whole motivational speech, like pumping my tires, right? Bro, you're so cool. Like, you're one of a kind. Like, everyone drinks. I wish I could be like you, this and that. Like, bro, like, I'm gonna eventually stop drinking, this and that. And I'm like, yo, that's good. Like, you should stop. Like, you're gonna get fucked up. And then I'll see this person like 3 years later, they're still drinking, bro.
Oh shit.
And it's
Yeah.
like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these guys and girls, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I could like, I remember hundreds of these conversations vividly. They all go in the same thing. Every banquet hall party is like this, bro. I
Yeah.
have at
It's so
least three.
funny.
I have at least two, three of these conversations at banquet hall parties, right?
Yeah.
Even from now, like people from Instagram, they'll see me.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh, like yo, Sandhufitness here, have a drink." I'm like, "I don't drink." Oh,
Yeah.
that's why, bro. You're always in good shape. Fucking everyone drinks these days, isn't that? I'm like, oh my God. It's literally the same exact conversation.
Every
And
time.
bro, people keep drinking, bro.
Yeah.
People keep drinking. And I was talking to um what's the uncle's name, yo? What's
Diljit uncle?
yeah, Diljit uncle. See,
Yeah.
I just call him uncle. I just call him uncle.
Yeah, I know.
But
He
even
gagged
him,
uncle.
yeah, so even him, we were talking about this yesterday. Like people only learn through their own experiences because he does like some alcohol stuff.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't do it, but he helps people
Yeah.
with alcohol.
Consults, yeah.
Yeah, consults and AA.
Yeah.
And bro, he was telling me like people need liver transplants. And he's telling them like, yo, be sober for 3 weeks and I'll like, write this up because you have to be sober, I think, for 60 months to get rid of like an alcohol addiction or something, which is five
Wow.
years. And bro, he's
Crazy.
like, people can't even be sober for 3 weeks.
Crazy.
Like they can't even see 3 weeks into the future for a
Yeah.
liver transplant.
that's nuts.
Yeah,
Crazy.
bro. Living in the moment, I think that's one thing I learned really young is horrible for you, bro. Horrible for your success. It's
Yeah.
very fun, la 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 la, but like it's really
But
bad.
is it? Yeah, I guess. I guess it's fun is relative too, right? Like it's like,
Like if you're looking at hedonistic
yeah,
type of things, hedonistic
yeah,
type of things.
that's a
Like
big
fucking,
word.
oh yeah, bro.
What does that
Kegs, you know
mean?
what that means?
What that means. It's
Yo,
like
it came up
like Eden is like not like devil, but
hedonism. It came up in
like
my dictionary thing like
Nice.
a week ago. It's very like things for
degenerate activities.
yeah, degenerate activities, like very constant pleasure, like instant pleasure, right?
Shoot.
Like you fucking take a drug or you drink or this or that, like you don't even give a fuck about anything.
Damn.
Yeah.
Creatine every day.
I
Wild.
need I need periods like that where it's like go like full degen mode. It's like
Really?
usually three
What,
to
taking
4 months.
drugs?
Oh, it has to be like something crazy.
Oh, you're fucked. You're wild.
Three to
How often do you
three
have
to
to
four,
take that
3 to 4
time?
months. It's like my brain will kind of tell me it's like, oh shit, like I'm getting mad antsy. I need to let
But
stress out.
don't you think that's just a self-limiting belief that you have to do this?
Now it's just fun too.
Oh, okay. See, that's different. Yeah. Okay.
So like that's why like every 3 to 4 weeks I'm like, okay, sick. Go link up with the boys, go like get turned up one day, and I'm chilling. Okay, sick, back to work.
3 to 4 weeks?
That's
That's pretty
fine.
Sorry,
good.
3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months? Okay. That's even so
Like
you
for
don't do it any you don't do any time offs like in the middle?
um maybe like every Friday I'll go on a date with my girl. That's
Okay,
about it.
nice. Oh, yeah, that's cute.
Uh,
Date night.
Usually pretty locked in.
That's cute.
Fucking podcast has
Bro, it's like that's cute.
What do you mean? Isn't that how you're supposed to talk? What?
Bro, it's like
I was
I
talking
know
to Ronan about this before. I was like,
I would expect to run and be like, oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, you need structure. Run's like, that's cute. What the fuck?
I was talking to Ronan about this before, and I was like, I think I have a hard time scheduling time off during like a regular week because I'll catch myself maybe not being as productive as I should. So on the weekends when I should have that time off, I'll just be like, yo, I have to make up for whatever the fuck I fucked up on before. So it's like I'll just kind of work through it. Well,
Yeah.
there's always shit to be done. So I'm like, when I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't want to watch a fucking movie. I have like shit to do, right? So I'll just like do that. And then I find myself doing that for like weeks. And it's like there's no like intentional time off. And then that's when my body's like, yo, what the fuck? Or I just start getting like, I start tweaking out eventually, right? I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So I know I need to like turn
Yo,
off.
I think that's because you're in the middle. Like that's one thing I used to do is like I used to kind of be in the middle of like, oh, I'll watch this and I'll work at the same time. But like now I'm either like 100% on, I'm working or I'm not working.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm on vacation, bro, I fucking don't even open Instagram. Bro, when I went to Mexico, those people I didn't even respond to for like 16 days. I felt pretty bad, but I was like, fuck it. So yo, if
Fine,
you're
but
gonna take
boundaries, man. You have
yeah,
to.
yeah, if you're gonna take Friday off, just take it off, yo.
Yeah.
Take the whole day off.
Think
That's
about it long think about long-term ROI on this CAG, so right? Say like for example, you're never really gonna stop working, like for the next 75 years. Right? So say for example, every Friday that you take off actually resets you to like be more productive for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Think about how much more shit you will get done for 75 years rather than like being like I should work, but like I should enjoy this and like being in the middle, like 3 4 days in a
What's
row.
that sound effect? I okay.
You know what I mean though, right? Like it's like you become a little bit less unproductive. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the whole day off. I think that's like I can't even probably do that. Like I'll be a little bit
that
like
sounds
yeah. I was gonna say maybe like the way I do it is Sundays after 12, even though I'm here now. But like 12 till whatever evening. Now it's more like I work out, I'll do the sauna shit. I'd like maybe walk with the vibes and then like maybe get like some jerk chicken. Maybe like a chill time. And then I reflect in the morning on the Sunday. Not reflect or just like weekly goals or whatever set up. But like it makes it a little bit of a reset day. That I'm like I want to like just go to sleep Sunday and I want to like get started Monday already, like before I even go to sleep, because I'm ready for the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it helps. It's like you're kind of like integrating time off. I listened to this book from Humble the Poet. You guys know Humble the Poet? You know,
Yeah.
right? It was a book called fuck, I don't know what it was.
Yo, I heard
Unlearn?
have have you listened to it, the whole book?
Yeah, I listened to both
I
of them.
I've heard a lot of the things like Or I heard a lot of them are literally from Bonnie. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
true.
like it's he breaks it down into like in his own language, like
Yeah.
he's talking to like a bro, right? But like he relates to a good amount of stuff, and he relates to his own life story and stuff, and then he throws in Bonnie in there too, because he was brought up like that with
Yeah.
his parents and stuff.
He was
Bonnie.
I heard he was uh fuck is it called? So I think he did Sarblo, I think I remember. Do you know what Sarblo is?
I don't know what that is.
Bro, it's like when you don't eat in like certain things, you only eat in like metal plates and this and that.
I got you.
You know what that is in like Siki?
Maybe I don't know.
I don't even know, man. I don't even know if it's called Sarblo. I don't know. I just heard something like that. But
Basically, really spiritual.
yeah, very, very spiritual, yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things he was talking about, I listened to this back in like I think 2019, bro. And I integrated it pretty quick in accounting because it was like low effort and I kind of look forward to it. So he was like, instead of taking all this like time off constantly and constantly needing to like, I gotta go on vacation. I can't wait till like that thing comes and you're working towards that. You're not liking day to day. Just have like some sort of thing every single day that you do that brings you like energy or like relaxes you per se. So for me, that was like I took like 10-minute naps every day at like lunchtime.
10-minute naps.
In my car, I had like a pillow, and like I would go for my work, take a 10-minute nap, and I would go for like a little walk after. And like I felt blessed for the rest of the afternoon. But like before, I used to not do that. I'm like, oh shit, like fuck naps, we're pussies, right? And I would like be like, oh, this
Yeah.
is being unproductive. But then once I started doing that, I felt like my productivity just fucking went through the roof because I just like reset a little bit every single day instead of like waiting for this one time to reset. You know what I'm saying? So everything works differently for people, but that was one approach that I found helped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or it's 6 steps forward, 1 step back, right?
yeah, exactly. That's it. Like James Harden, take a step back, hit a three, right?
Shout out James.
Yeah. Shout out James Harden. Fear the beard. LA Clippers.
Not in the
Gang,
playoffs.
gang.
What?
What? What did you say?
Not in the playoffs though.
Really? The Clippers are not in the playoffs?
No, bro.
Are you serious?
He
I
isn't
thought
the.
there was.
He's just not gonna be sick. No one's gonna fear the beard in the playoffs, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, not. Oh, yeah, I know, bro.
It's
Bro,
like
I watched every single James Harden game since 2013 till 2020, and like every year I got my heart broken because I got choked every single year in the playoffs. And like at one point I used to hate Stephen Curry because he kicked them out of the playoffs like 3 years in a row, and I was like, fuck Curry. And then one year, Damian Lillard hit that three and got him out of the playoffs. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, fuck you, Dame." I couldn't sleep for 3 nights, bro. I had this emotional attachment where I was like, what if like Chandler Parsons like bodied Dame and like it was like a foul instead of a 3-point shot? It would have tied game. They would have went to OT. But I replayed like 10 scenarios. And then in 2020, I was like, bro, I can't be this attached to a fucking bearded black guy. And then I just stopped watching ball. I haven't watched a full basketball game in
honestly,
like
I
four
gotta
years.
figure my life out.
Yeah, bro.
I
And
can't
thing
love
is,
this black guy.
bro, thing is, like, it was a West Coast game too, so the games would start at 10:30
That
p.m.
clock.
Fuck
Jesus.
that.
So I would watch 10:30 to 1 a.m. and I'd wake up at 7 or like 6:30, whatever, for work or accounting, and I just chug like 4 black coffees and like 2 pre-workouts. It was retarded.
Yo, but hasn't sports gotten so boring for you? Like as you get older?
Well, I haven't like watched stuff, but yeah, like I think I enjoy playing more than I like watching
Yeah, bro,
now.
there's
But
no way. Like, bro, I think over the last like 2.5 years, I went to so many games, bro. I think I went to
mm,
maybe 5 like NFL games. I went to like 4 basketball games. Bro, I went to a Miami Heat game when I was in Miami. I was sitting
nice.
like 2 rows back, 2 rows back.
Wait, you went to Miami game in Miami?
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy. All right, continue.
I went to the Heat game in Miami,
Yeah.
and but sometimes, bro, the teams, anyways, whatever. But yeah, bro, I was sitting like 2 rows back, and bro, it didn't even like interest me that much, or didn't even intrigue me. Like, yeah, it was cool, whatever. They're like shooting, but I was like, yo, whatever. It didn't really do anything for me.
I only
Yeah.
tap in really during the playoffs. That's not like
Yeah.
I actually sit down and like I'll go to my boy's house and watch like a couple games.
Yeah,
But like if it's during the regular season, like
so trash.
I listen to a
Yeah,
couple
me too.
about shit, but that's about it. I don't really sit there.
Yeah,
And,
Yeah.
I think me thinking about sports logically has ruined sports for me, bro. Like, I think it's crazy. Like, bro,
mm,
imagine if you have a team, right? So, Kegs, imagine you played 25 years, and out of 25 years, you won 1 season, right? Would you be hyped? Not
maybe
really. Like, you lost 24 times. You know what I mean?
But I
So
don't
it's
think
like
I don't think they view L's like that.
no, but I know, but that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? So it's like,
Okay.
bro, if you like if you're bro, if you're a sports fan, like your team's eventually gonna win in 75 years. Unless you're like the Chicago Cubs winning after like 104 years or like the Leafs winning after 50, 60, 70 years or whatever. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I like watching like but the dynasties are cool.
Yeah.
Like Golden State Dynasty,
I think
Heat.
it's fun watching like I said with your boys in the playoffs when there's like something on the line. I think that's cool. I think that's it gets exciting because then you can like just yell at each other, right? Like, yo, fuck, see that's my team, that's your team or whatever, and you can like I don't
Yeah.
know, it gets more like competitive within, and then you let the game decide who wins your competition.
Half
So
the
it's,
reason I watch playoff basketball is because my boy's the biggest Bucks fan, so I just
yeah,
cheer for every other team that plays the Bucks. I'm like,
He's
yo,
a
fuck. So I can go
he's a
suck a dick.
Bucks fan since last year.
yeah.
He's a Giannis fan, so it's been a while. So
Oh,
like
okay,
Yo,
okay.
every year, like when the Raptors played the Bucks, like this, that, like I'll just cheer for every team against it. Right?
did you guys see
I just make
Giannis's documentary?
no.
Bro, so bro, I haven't watched this thing for like sitting down like more than 60 minutes. It was a 90-minute documentary. I sat there, I couldn't get my eyes off. I was like I was like watching the whole time. I was so like in
Yeah.
tune with it. I was like,
Yeah, it's a
holy
crazy
shit,
story, bro. He's from
it's
Athens, right?
amazing.
He's from
Yeah,
Greece,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Athens, yeah, Athens,
His
Greece.
brother actually got him into ball and he was way better and he used to be
Yeah.
the water boy for his brother's
Brothers,
basketball
yeah,
team.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then like eventually they're like, yo, this guy's fucking tall.
And
And
now his
then
brother just stands there and gets paid
yeah, gets
because
hyped.
Giannis is so good. Yeah.
So good. But yeah, this story is wicked, bro. Like the
Yeah.
whole like literally like the like I think months before they were drafted, you know how like when you go to resorts and stuff, there's people selling stuff on the beach?
Yeah.
Like in the whatever, like that's
Athens,
what
yeah, yeah.
he was
Resorts, yeah.
doing that. He was
Yeah.
doing that selling stuff just to like make sure they get rent. And like they were
Yeah.
like at one point like on like a skateboard or whatever, taking their fridge to like on their house. They moved like 8 different houses in like a span of like 7 months because they kept getting evicted because they couldn't pay rent. And then like fucking 5 months later, he was in fucking US, NBA, and then 2 years later, it was like crazy. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
You got the right genes, bro.
Right genes, bro. But and
Yeah,
bro, it's like
that's like thing, yo, bro. What's that guy on Spurs? Wemby?
oh yeah,
That's
Wembanyama Yama.
yeah. Bro, that shit is like stupid, bro. Like how are
Crazy.
you not in the NBA?
Bro, I was playing 2K with Wembanyama. Bro, this guy's dribbling is like Kevin Durant, bro. Like you can literally I was playing him against Chet. My friend was Chet. And bro, like I just fucking like crossed over Chet and like dunked from like half court pretty much. It was retarded.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
There's a Canadian kid. I think he's in like grade 10 or something, but he's like
Yeah.
7'10".
7'10". Holy fuck.
I think his wingspan is 7'10" and he's like 7'6".
Yeah,
That's crazy, bro.
stupid, bro. Imagine being that tall and like being shit at ball.
Bro,
I
I'm
don't think you
surprised
need to like even yeah.
like your
Bro,
knees.
you literally just make a career from it.
You
You
know,
could be decent, bro. You could be decent.
think about Joel Embiid, bro. He started when he was like 18, 19, right? Like they just got he recruited in wherever he was. Ibaka saw him, I think. And then he was just like, oh, I'm fucking 7'3". Oh, big black guy, play ball. Let's see what happens. And now he's really good,
Yeah,
right?
that's fucked, bro.
He's just
Okay.
stand
So,
up. Hands up.
yeah, bro.
Shout out
That's
Taco
amazing.
Fall.
Taco Fall. Oh, yeah, Taco Fall. That guy's crazy too.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Imagine like a falls on you. You die. Bad joke. Okay. Anyways, okay. So what was yo, this was a really good podcast. I actually enjoyed this one.
So you
Any
didn't enjoy
any
the other 19
no,
games.
I enjoyed them, but like I feel like this one was like I guess it was in my time frame. Like after 4 p.m. I'm gonna fall asleep, right? So this was like in my actual
Shout out to the 3 people still here.
yeah. Shout out
I
Shazar,
think three people's here. Yeah.
Shazar, Harmon, and Harval. I think those three guys.
Shajar.
Those are
Harbaugh.
the
Who's
gangsters.
Harbaugh? Who's Harbaugh?
Harval.
Harbaugh. Who's Harbaugh?
How would if I describe him? How would you know him?
It could be his
No,
cousin.
I mean, no, I mean, is he like is he like one of your IG guys, like one of your
Oh,
clients?
he's on the app. He's on the
Oh,
Travis
he's in the
Chat
app.
guy.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, Nadeem.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought maybe he's a random like
Okay, so time
YouTube
off.
sub.
Time off summary. What do you guys recommend people take time off?
No,
Yes.
Kegs? Yes?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
And then what are 3 practical steps they should approach time off with? Kegs.
I would schedule it. right? So it's like actually in your calendar.
Yeah.
Uh, obviously,
Schedule it, and then when you actually have time off, actually have time off.
make sure it's fun. Like actually enjoy the thing that you're gonna do to have time off. Like don't just like watch TV just because you want to watch TV. Like make the fun like crazy.
Okay, it's like make sure it's fun, but if you enjoy watching TV, don't do that because that's lame.
Okay.
Do something else.
I mean, like, oh
What
yeah,
the
I have time off.
what the
I'm gonna
hell?
watch TV show, bro. Bro, stop watching like the girls like, I'm gonna watch Love is Blind. I'm like, what the fuck? We can like you can go out and do so much crazy shit. Do fucking cocaine, bro, and then come back and just,
Oh,
like,
damn.
do shrooms. Come back, ready to go.
Of course, it's really good advice.
The fun just has to exceed everything like the amount of time it should take.
But yo, I've been trying to do this where like every other week, like I try watching like a movie, like on like Prime or Disney or whatever, and like sit down for 2 hours without doing anything. And like, yo, those are really fun times. Like I don't think I get focused like that for work, but like not thinking about work for 2 hours, I feel like a movie is a good thing. Or like, yeah, like you said, like shrooms might be the obvious alternative, right? Shrooms and cocaine and movie, like the same thing, I guess. Basically said the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. What would you say, Manraj? You said no time off, right?
Yeah, I would say the average person doesn't work as hard as they think they do. So I would say push your ceiling up a little bit, and then when you're actually at your goals,
Yeah.
then you could take some time off. But I think the average person's I think the average person has a lot of time off. Like I would say even we have a lot of time off, right?
For
To just
sure.
kind of sit and chill and do this and that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No. I think one thing you guys mentioned already was like take some time to reflect on what you actually are doing, and that'll probably tell you, okay, yo, like I probably have way more gas in the tank, so I'm just
Yeah.
getting distracted constantly. That's what makes you feel tired. Like if you're staring at your screen for like 6 hours, like you're gonna feel tired for no reason. So maybe try lowering that, and then hold yourself accountable to like reflecting weekly, pretty much, and be disciplined with taking time off. If you do take time off, like when you do take it off, like just fucking be off. Like don't be like in and out. Yeah,
Oh, actually, I'm gonna say another thing too. You should actually deserve your time off too. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna have time off on Saturday, Sunday, and Friday, and then
yeah,
Monday to Friday I'll kill it," but they'll have a shit week and they'll still
yeah,
take the time off. What the
yeah,
fuck? No. Either be like 100% on or 100% off.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a cause and effect though. Like I don't. Maybe it is. Like you saying like you have to do these certain things, then you deserve time off.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
imagine you're like, "Oh, Sunday I'm gonna chill." But we talk and you're like, "Yeah, Monday to Thursday I didn't have like good days. I didn't do anything." What
yeah.
the fuck? You've been chilling the whole week. Why do you need another day off?
But like, what if like you weren't chilling? You were like you didn't get the things you were supposed to be doing done because whatever life things happen maybe, right?
Yeah, but that's one off, right?
Actually, no, that's the excuses. Never
Yeah,
mind.
one
I was
off.
trying to play devil's advocate, but yeah, it's just being yeah, I was
But I
being
think usually people just like if you get distracted and you don't do what you're supposed to do
yeah.
when you're supposed to be 100% off, you shouldn't still reward yourself with X, right?
I got you.
In my opinion. But do whatever the fuck you want. What the hell do I know?
Yeah,
Not
that's true. Okay, so yeah, I'll just say last words. If you're constantly thinking about like, I can't wait till that vacation comes, whatever, just reflect on what you're doing day to day, and just think about how can you improve your day to day, so like you don't like hate every day. You should kind of like. What's that? Was another cheesy quote, man. Fuck, there's so many quotes. If you don't
What?
like where you are currently, how will you like where you're gonna be in the future? So just make sure you like your present-ish, and then start liking the what you're doing and then start working towards wherever you want to be. Like, what's that? For gratitude per se, be grateful for what you have already, and then more things will come. Yeah, good. Bless. Okay. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the podcast. Good.
sick.
Sick.
Thanks, guys.
Bye bye.